Today, we are going to break down the brand design trends that we can expect to see in 2024. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Megan. If you have not been here before, thank you so much for being here. I'm super excited to talk about the design trends that we can expect to see this year. Every year, I feel the trends seem to come and go, some seem to stick, but in today's video, I want to share with you all the predictions that many companies have made that we are going to see in the brand design world, but also the predictions that I have kind of guessed myself based on the trends I've seen online, on TikTok, on social media. So let's jump right into it. The first brand design trend is bold minimalism. I feel this trend has kind of stuck around the last few years, but we can expect to see a lot of brands using ads with really simple elements in imagery, almost no elements in imagery, and more focus on bold, really big typography and kind of having the font as the forefront of their branding, and really bold font. So I think that's something we're going to see a lot of. I'll include some example images here of what I'm talking about, but bold minimalism is a really great choice for brands that are maybe more corporate or brands that are just trying to portray the message of what it is that they're providing. But I've seen so many brands over the last few years strip down their branding to be more minimal and just simplify everything. And I personally love this brand design choice. I think it's smart to focus more on the message and more on the product or service you're providing. And I do think there's a really visually beautiful way to portray this, but also keeping it really simple. So I think we're going to see a lot more of this emerging, and I think that brands have already started doing this, but if you look out for companies that have simplified, I'm sure you're going to start to see more of that. So I'll include some pictures of what it is I'm talking about, but I think that bold minimalism is a great way to improve communication with the audience and also to kind of have that really bold, in-your-face message of what it is that the brand is providing. Okay, another brand design trend that I have seen a lot of and I think we're going to see way more of is natural materials. I'm totally for this. I love brands that are eco-friendly, that actually care about the earth, and I've noticed a lot more brands diving into that, which I think is amazing and really, really great. But I think we're going to see a lot more brands using not only eco, or as they say, eco. I feel like some people put the name on it, but they might not actually be doing that. But I think to really showcase the eco-friendliness and the earthiness of the brand, they will start to use more of that textured natural material. So I'm talking like craft paper, just having the box that ships in as that natural color. I think we're going to see a lot more of that, and I am a huge fan of that. I think it's a really great way to kind of show the organicness of a brand and also kind of keep it minimal, along with that first tip I gave. So I'm excited to see more of this. I just thought of this one today too because I got a shipment from the brand Pharmacy. I love their skincare, but they shipped the box in just a brown, totally natural colored box with a tape around it with the logo in a natural color as well. So we're really going to see more of this, I think, and also we're going to see more of the messaging of the brands really focusing on the eco-friendliness and also what it is the brand's doing to help our planet. So let me know if you guys see any brands doing this, but I think we're going to see a lot more of that, and I'm not mad about it. Another brand design trend is custom illustrations. This is something that I know a lot of boutique designers offer, me including. I love to do custom elements, custom illustrations. I think it's such a fun way to create elements that are super personal to the brand. And I think that actual big businesses and big corporate companies are catching on to this. And I think we're going to see a lot more of custom doodles, little illustrations to showcase the brand's values. Illustrations and doodles can kind of invite a form of like playfulness and fun to a brand. Actually, you're kind of drawn to the brands that look a little more personal and have more personality to it. So I'm really excited to see more of this. I know that there's brands like Oatly and companies that I've seen actually in grocery stores that are doing this, and I really love it. My eye goes straight to those brands that are really organic looking and just looks like it came from the farm, because it's like almost like the artist was right there in the back of the store like drawing on it, and I love that. I think it's a really, really cool brand design tactic, and I'm very excited to see more of that. The next design trend I think we will see more of is maximalism. I had my first client last year ask me for this specific aesthetic. She asked me for heritage maximalism, and that was like my first introduction into this aesthetic, and I love it. I think it's so fun. I think it's so different. I think it's a great way to kind of tie in all the elements of the brand into like the branding. So the textures, the strokes, the fonts, the imagery, all into one, and it can look really, really cool. So I think we're going to start to see that, whether it's like layouts, packaging design, maybe logo designs even involving this. I think we're going to see more of that, and I cannot wait. I love this aesthetic, and I think it's super fun. The next design trend I know we will see more of is interactive branding and 3D designs. I feel like we've already started to see this over the last few years, but with our technology and the programs and everything improving every single like month nowadays, I think we're going to see more brands involving those new techniques. So I know Adobe Illustrator last year released a new tool to help with like the inflation tool of fonts to make it look almost 3D, and that was like kind of the first time I started to really see more of that in like branding, and I think it's a fun way to add playfulness to the brand once again, but also to make it look more in your face and bold and unique in that 3D kind of effect way. I also think we're going to see a lot more interactive branding, like whether it's animations of the logo or it's typing out or loading in front of you, or just things that are going to capture the attention of the audience quicker and in a different way, where it just like kind of captures your attention compared to other branding. So I think we're going to see more of that, and I'm excited about it. The reason I think we're going to see more of the 3D design and the interactive is because the programs nowadays are making it much easier for like non-animators and non-3D designers to do this. It's going to be a lot more easy. It's going to be a lot more I guess available to us, and there might even be AI tools that help us do this. So I think we're going to see a lot more different styles of 3D effects and how to make it more interactive and different. Now I want to share my predictions for design trends I think we're going to see this year. I wanted to share what I'm starting to see because I've seen more of it, and typically when you start to see like people doing this with like their interior design or their clothing or anything, it can start to reflect in the branding as well. So the first one is something I've already started to see, but that is retro, sort of like 2000s style branding. I thought about that because I find myself drawn to these types of things lately, and things like brighter colors. I just bought this coaster the other day, and I'm just drawn to this stuff now. I don't know why, like it just captures my eye. I love like the nostalgic of it, and I think that we're gonna start to see a lot of those older aesthetics start to emerge again. I also thought about this because I had a client reach out to me recently, a potential new client, and she specifically requested that she wants the brand to kind of look like Lisa Frank, which if you remember that, it brought back so many memories for me. It's so nostalgic, but I was so excited about it, and I'm really, really pumped to see how people are going to start to involve that into more branding styles nowadays. Another thing that I have started to see and that I've actually started to do myself is to really portray that cottagecore aesthetic. If you're not sure what cottagecore is, don't worry, I just had to learn the other day what this is, but it's basically like a cozy cottagey vibe. Like, I'm speaking more in terms of like interior design, but I think we're gonna see this more in branding and website design as well. But it's taking like that cozy, like rainy day vibe and putting it into branding in a style. So I think we're going to start to see that not only in like imagery that people like in their photography, but also in whatever the brand colors are and the brand like elements and the aesthetic of it. I think it's really going to portray that cottagecore cozy feeling. And I think Taylor Swift might have something to do with that too, because I feel like she has a very fall aesthetic, and ever since her Eras tour and all of that was more at the surface, I felt like I was seeing a lot more cottagecore content. So I'm very excited to see what this does for the brand design world too. And then the last brand design trend that I'm predicting is that brands are going to start to use more unpopular opinions. This is kind of a random one, but I've noticed that like my eye is drawn to things that make a statement that is just completely unpopular or out of the norm. And I think that we're going to see this more so with like the brand messaging and the brand voice of companies saying something to get the attention of their audience. And it's hard to kind of explain. I'll try and include some examples, but saying stuff like, this is going to ruin your business, or this is going to cause acne. Just having like those statements that are maybe unpopular but just capture your eye. And I think we're going to see a lot of that, especially in like the messaging, commercials, ads, all that. And I might be wrong, but I'm really excited to see if that does happen. And I actually kind of want to start trying that myself with some of my content, because I feel like it's good to challenge the norm, and I'm excited to kind of see more of that too. Those are all of the brand design trends that I not only am predicting, but that other companies have predicted for 2024. I'm really excited to see all the different designs this year, and I'm excited to work on some designs and maybe try some new techniques like that inflation tool on Illustrator. I'm really excited to try that. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If it was helpful to you, or if you did enjoy it, I would appreciate it so much if you gave this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more. But thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one.